All right, so YouTube's new AI update just absolutely nuked thousands of YouTube channels. So in today's video, we're going to cover 13 different niches that number one are guaranteed to never be affected in today's update and also any updates months and years down the road. So we're going to number one be covering all these on this tier list so you can see exactly from difficulty, interest, and saturation where they actually belong. Number two, I'm going to show you exactly how to execute them with precision and excellence to ensure you can actually see this thing realistically making you six figures and beyond. And number three, I'm going to show you the tool that I use to find all of these niches within minutes and how you can do the exact same thing, because choosing the niche is arguably one of the most important decisions you will ever make in your YouTube automation journey. So it is absolutely essential to know exactly how to find the best niches, how to filter them out by saturation and interest so that you can make the right decision when it comes to finding yourself in the right boat. Also, as you can see here, I have some niches that I've put risky and difficult. So it's really important you guys watch until the end to make sure that you don't choose the one that happens to be the most difficult, or if you do, you at least know what you're up against. So guys, without further ado, let's get right into it. The first thing I'm going to do is go over the YouTube Partner Program update, because a lot of people have been spewing a lot of different information, and I just want to clear the air so you understand exactly what is being affected and what's not being affected. So mass-produced content is really what's going to be affected, and what that means are channels that uploaded narrated stories with only superficial differences between them, and a channel that uploads slideshows that all have the same narration. All right, so let me just briefly explain. If you're posting videos where there is one image all the way through with a bit of shaking effects, some grain, very minimal editing, those channels will very, very likely, basically 100% be demonetized. Now, if you're going to the next level, which is a slideshow, basically just image after image after image, you are much more at risk, not 100%, but definitely much more at risk. If you're only adding images with just like a slideshow effect, which they clearly say here, slideshows with same narration, meaning, okay, there's a voiceover, that's fine, but it's just slideshow images. That's not enough effort. So you need to turn those images into videos using AI, or actually just using stock video or other people's content and using it in a transformative way. And then you can get away with keeping your channel monetized. So these are main things I want you to keep an eye out for, because honestly, there's some people in the space that are sharing different channels and they're saying that these are still working after the AI update, but I almost guarantee they're not. So please be very careful who you're getting information from, because you might be being misled and deceived in terms of what's working and not working. And then you put a bunch of time and money to the channel, doesn't make any money, and nobody's happy. So guys, let's start with the first channel we're going to start ranking, which is the hidden menu. So like I said, I almost guarantee all these channels I'm going to show you today, you very likely have never seen. They're all new and they're all absolutely exploding. Plus the niches are super unique. Not many people come up with these niches or think of these niches when it comes to doing YouTube automation. So I want to show you a very diverse list in today's video. Starting off, the first one is the hidden menu. So like I said, there's two main reasons that makes this a good niche. Number one, they only actually started the channel 2 months ago. And you can see there's only 37 videos on the channel, which is not too bad, averaging about like 16 videos a month. The videos average between 20 to 25 minutes, some of them around 40 minutes. But a lot of the structure of the videos is actually kind of based on fear mongering. Now, I want to show you something very interesting. I'm not sure if you guys have come across this channel called Epic Economist. They've been on for a very long time. So look at the thumbnails, look at the packaging, and look at the actual essence of these videos and the kind of direction that they go and everything. So crisis in Russia, bank failures, massive inflation, Russia's entire economy is on fire. All these things are very like fear mongering. Now look at the thumbnail style and the topic style. Look at these. Avoid this deli, stop going now, stop ruining your health. Look, the thumbnail style matches exactly from Epic Economist, the red fade and the dark kind of like post-apocalyptic stuff. This is the exact same thing. They've taken the same structure, same essence of the Epic Economist, because it's proven to work, and just now incorporated it into food. And that is super interesting, because now they're taking proven concepts from other niches and just introducing them to niches where there's no competition. These guys have basically paved a brand new path by using a proven concept. This is what I teach my students all the time. Take something that's working, whether it's an editing style or a niche, and incorporate it in something else. Kind of mix and match these niches. And you can see incredible results to have 37 videos and already have generated 5 million views. Now let's take a look at how much this channel is earning per 1,000 views. So now there's two things I really want to teach you here. Number one, the videos are much longer, right? So because the video is longer, it's going to intrinsically get paid a lot more. And by the way, guys, this number over here is $6.55. This is the RPM. RPM essentially stands for revenue per mil. It's how much we get paid for every 1,000 views. Now, this number will fluctuate based on the niche, who's actually watching our content. If we had a bunch of kids watching, underage people, teenagers, people with low buying power in low buying power countries, that price, this target price here, this dollar amount would be significantly less, maybe $1 to $2. But because we're dealing with people that are mostly from the United States and first-tier countries, and also people that are in this age group 65 plus, because what we can see here as well is that all these videos are targeted towards seniors. So seniors, we can see seniors beware, seniors be careful, seniors beware. So they've now found a sub niche. So not only is it food, but it's fear mongering around food. And then third sub niche is seniors. They found a perfect entrance into the market because seniors actually end up paying a lot more because these people typically have more buying power. They're more susceptible to buying things online and spending money. So the advertisers are willing to spend a lot more money on these videos to run ads on them, right? So now it says that the RPM is 6.5. I argue it's actually closer to like 8 to 9, maybe even $10 per thousand views because again, the audience is very high level. And this tool unfortunately can't pick up when it comes to like the longer form videos because most of these are between 20 to 40 minutes, which means already they're going to be paying a lot more just because you can insert a lot more ads in between. The more ads you can insert in between, the more money you can make on your videos. So I argue this is about $8 to $9. If you take the 5 mil views and you divide that by 1,000, you get 5,000. If you take that 5,000 and you multiply that by $8 to $9, you're going to actually receive probably closer 40K to around maybe 45K. That's actually much more realistically what this channel is earning, which is absolutely absurd. But let's just say on the worst case, lowest end, we're receiving about 14, maybe 20K. That's already an obnoxious amount for a channel that has only actually been around for a couple months. As we can see here, the oldest video was literally 2 months ago, and the first video they posted got 300K views. All right, so I'm going to rank this channel an absolute 10 out of 10 for the multitude of reasons. Number one being the audience, age group, where they're targeting from, and just how unique this is, and the fact that they took a proven concept and incorporated it with something else that was also doing very well. Food has always done well, but they've mixed it now with the fear mongering, and that's exceptional. So now we're moving on to the second channel. All right, so the second niche is called Airport Tips and Tricks. Very interesting niche. Not many people think about going in this direction, but it is lucrative because everyone travels via plane. Everyone does it at least once or multiple times a month, people for heavy travelers. And then imagine seeing tips like this, where it's like surprise airline rule changes, catching more travelers off guard, 14 senior travel secrets you may have never heard in 2025. Again, look at this little keyword here. They put 14 senior travel tips. All right. So again, they're targeting an older demographic, which automatically is going to pay more money and having them sub niche into this smaller category of viewers. Now, they don't do that for every single video, which is fine, but the ones that do, I already know for sure they're going to be paying significantly more, and they should definitely put more interest into doing this because they got 57K views on one video versus the average is about 17K, 3.5K, 10K, 7.8K. So I think they should definitely look more into niching down into the seniors niche because they do incredibly well. Number one, for paying out, and number two, just because the audience is very interested in this type of content. And all this is completely faceless. This doesn't require any AI other than AI script writing, AI voiceover, and realistically, these are also AI thumbnails, right? With a bit of Canva. So that's what I love about this. Like this thumbnail right here is 100% done with AI. They use ChatGPT or Grok or something, and they made it with AI. So basically, it's all done with AI, but it's proper AI. It's AI is not going to get shut down. All right. This is really good quality editing. It's, there's a good story, there's value. Somebody can watch these videos and get value out of this. So this is a great niche. Let me look at the analytics. So this channel generated $4,728 this month with an RPM of 6.68. I think this isn't quite accurate based on the audience group and also the length of the videos. And they've only done 500,000 views this month, but they've done a total so far of 1.9 million views. And that was in the duration of about 3 months. All right. So 3 months, 2 million views. Let's see what that generates here. So 2 mil views divided by 1,000 equals about 2,000. Now, if you take 2,000, you multiply that about $7, which is kind of like the 6.68, you're going to get about $14,000. That's been generated total in the last 3 months off this channel, off of very simple videos explaining just tips and tricks to do when you're flying. So I'm going to give this a 10 out of 10 simply because the niche is super unique. And number two, if you're targeting seniors, you have a very powerful and lucrative demographic that you're chasing after. Also, guys, if you want this document with the list of all the channels and where they rank and all the information I'm sharing in today's videos, I highly suggest you click the first link in the description. It's going to take you to my free school community. We have a massive course if you're interested in learning more about YouTube automation, how it works. We have a free course, all these different modules. We even go live literally twice a week with myself for free. I don't charge $1 for this information or for my time. There's also a community with over 5,000 people that have joined here that are posting actively, asking questions, sharing their wins. It's definitely a community you need to be a part of. So I'll leave a link in the description. Make sure you guys join after the video. I'll see you guys there. All right, so this next niche is an absolute gem. I've talked about this before, but in a different context. And maybe you remember when I first brought up this channel, Primate Economics. This is basically taking a niche that's been proven to work for decades, which is economics. But obviously, it's just way too saturated. If you tried to post a video about explaining what crypto is or credit cards or tariffs, your video would get drowned out so quickly with the thousands of videos that are being posted on a daily basis about the same kind of topics. But doing it in a very interesting and unique way like this was able to basically permeate the saturation and create an entirely new market demand because of how interesting and unique the display of the information was, right? So a channel like this has done really well. And what's come out of this channel is other people who do the same thing, following the same route, creating these videos in like 2D animation style and just making them very dumbed down, very simplified, right? So that everyone can absorb this information and also be entertained at the same time. So we have primitive education, right? Capitalism, modern life, how do mortgages work, but explained by a caveman. And then here we go again with apes explaining fitness, all right? How to get big biceps, how to get abs, how to get big shoulders. Fantastic, fantastic niche. I honestly think this is such an incredible way to do this because number one, you're able to get into very difficult niches and do incredibly well because the market is obviously here. People are very interested in fitness, health, finances, education, but to get into those niches is super difficult, right? You can't just post any video and go viral. You have to have really high quality videos and production values has to be crazy. But this doesn't have to be that crazy because you can literally use AI to write the script. You can use AI to do the voiceover. You can use AI to do the thumbnails, and you can hire somebody on Upwork to create these videos for very cheap. And what I mean by very cheap is because these videos are only actually 2 minutes long, 2 to 3 minutes long, you only need 2 to 3 minutes worth of animation. So if you go on Upwork and hire somebody, you can find somebody who can do this quality between $10 to $15 per minute. So if that adds up, if you're doing a 10, 20, 30 minute video, but if you're doing a 1 to 3 minute video, it's not that much. Imagine a 1 minute video is only going to be $10, maybe $15. A 3 minute video is only going to be $30 to $45, which realistically is not that expensive because if you hire someone to make a regular Faceless video, it usually costs between $30 to $50 to edit it. It's the same price range. So now we're just focusing on shorter videos because you don't need 10, 20, 30 minute videos for these to blow up and get a lot of views. So that's why this niche is so interesting because you can get away with not spending much and actually yield a lot. Now, obviously, because the videos are shorter, it's not going to pay as much. You won't get as many ads shown in the videos since you don't have a minimum 8-minute video, which is kind of a threshold for inserting more ads. But still, even then, if you're able to get millions of views on a channel like this, it is still very worthwhile. It's still a lot of cash flow coming in. And when you're generating cash and you're making, $500, $1,000, $2,000, you can always reinvest that money to make longer videos. As we can see here, it's actually not that bad. It's getting almost a $5 RPM and made almost $1,000 this month. And now keep in mind, that's only this month. Since they've started, they've done 400,000 views. And so this $1,000 is only based on the 200,000 views that they've accumulated, meaning if you double that, the 400,000 views they've done total, they've done about $2,000 in revenue. And I'm telling you guys, videos that they've done so far, these 4 videos, probably cost them less than $200 to create total. So I'd say it's a pretty good return for very simple work and not much effort, to be honest, because they've just copied the concept from someone else and just made very simple 1 to 3 minute scripts in the fitness space. So again, guys, I'm going to have to rank this one all the way to the top. This is a 10 out of 10 niche because you're taking this proven concept, very simple videos. They're not that expensive to do, and you're just crushing it by finding your own medium of executing while maintaining the same style of editing. And now we move on to the next niche, which is Rodeo Rush. I don't think you guys have ever thought about doing videos about rodeos and obviously all the attacks and the drastic moments that happen during these rodeo videos. This is a very unique and very interesting niche. This channel only started 2 months ago and they've posted 13 videos and accumulated a total of 2 million views, 2.1 million views, which is actually phenomenal. Again, within 13 videos in a very unique niche. Right? So let's look at the analytics. All right. So unfortunately, the plugin's not really giving me the right information here. I think this niche is closer to about $4 to $5. Let's just say $4 to be safe. So if they've done $4 times 2 million views, again, because of the calculation, 2 million divided by 1,000 is 2,000. 2,000 times 4 is about $8,000. So imagine making $8,000 in your first 2 months of business while only having to spend probably about $50 to $70 a video. And for simplicity's sake, let's just say $70 per video times 13 videos. We have a total of $910. So imagine spending $910 on a brand new channel and already profiting about $8,000. Again, just to prove why this business model is absolutely elite, but only if you find yourself in the right niches with the right strategy and the right kind of content. This is the kind of results that you can get. Many people don't get these kind of results in 13 videos or even 30 videos because they're not doing things the right way. And that's why I always suggest, guys, if you're unsure of how to do this, make sure you're getting the right information. Join my free school community. I literally give away every piece of information that I know for free to make sure that you guys are setting yourself up for success, that you don't take the wrong information because there's so many people out here spewing different strategies, different ideas, different channels, and most of them don't work. And you're just absorbing information from every single person trying to do something right. But because you're so split, you're not actually able to understand and comprehend what works and what doesn't work. And you end up just quitting or running out of money. And that's awful either way. So I say just stick to 1 to maybe 3 people max that you trust and you know their information is concrete. It has proof and evidence and it's actually well researched. And then you can go behind that and do this thing correctly. Because otherwise, you're just getting analysis paralysis and you're spreading yourself completely thin. So that's why I give this free school community to everybody. I don't charge $1 for this. You can jump in and have all of your concerns answered on a free live call or through the course itself. And again, through my YouTube videos as well, I always make sure to give the most accurate information so that I'm not misleading you guys and putting you in niches that are just going to drain your bank account. So just to explain this niche a little bit further, they obviously focus a lot on clickbait. As you can see, an AI image like this, where it shows like the ground shaking underneath and falling underneath, and then the bull, that is absolute clickbait. Obviously, this will never, ever happen in the video. Same thing with this, the guy's legs being cut off. It's not going to happen in the video. Absolutely not. Same thing here, the guy dead on the floor, not going to happen. The bull going through his face, not going to happen. All right. But this is what clickbait is. It's just intriguing the person to watch the video. And once they watch the video, if you've done at least a good job at giving them good information, good video, good value, good entertainment, they won't be mad about the clickbait. All right. The key is people will get mad if you give them a bad thumbnail like this, like what is a misleading thumbnail rather, and a garbage video. That's when they get mad. But no one's going to get mad if you have a great thumbnail like this that's, it's very interesting. It's very piquing a lot of curiosity. But then you don't show it in the video, but you also give them a bad video and you wasted their time. That's when they get mad. I never see people complain and be like, oh, I didn't see a guy get tossed through the gate where he's connected to the gate like that. No one's going to be like, I didn't see that. I'm very mad. They don't care as long as you give them a good video, right? So that's just the game of clickbait. People understand that too. All right. So this is the game. As long as you can learn the clickbait, I'm pretty sure 80% of the success that they've seen so far in this channel is simply because of the amazing job they've done on the thumbnails. Great job on the thumbnails, great job on the packaging overall. So the titles are also very well optimized. This is an art you need to learn. If you don't understand how to create quality thumbnails that are clickbaity and pique interest and curiosity, there's a very strong chance you won't be able to see these kind of results on your videos. You can do the same channel. You can go right into this niche, do the same channel, not see the same kind of success because your thumbnails are going to be not as good and your titles are going to be packaged worse than this person. So there's also those factors to take into place whenever I show you these niches. It's more than just the thumbnails, titles, and the topics. It's actually the overall packaging and how well you understand your audience as well. This niche I'm going to go into great but B tier simply because I don't know how big the audience is. And also I think this is really quite niche. And if you're not interested at all in rodeo stuff, it's going to be much more difficult to sustain the channel for a long enough period of time for you to see success. So I think just because it's so niche, it's going to be a B tier. Not that it's bad and I wouldn't suggest it to absolutely everyone. I just think because it's so niche, it might be more difficult for most people to execute it. And that brings us to the next video, which is Projectified Discontinued. One video, brand new channel, got 273,000 views in 1 month. All right. The video itself is very, very simple. It's literally just a typical video that shows mega projects that are under construction in 2025 in Texas. So they've niched down to Texas, mega project videos. There's nothing interesting to this video. It's not even like text on screen, which is insane. So videos like this are absolutely going viral. I also have students that are in these mega build channels. They're doing fantastic. I think it's a great niche overall. And this just shows how great it is. If you can have one video on a brand new channel getting 200,000 views, this goes to show that the niche demand is there. People love watching and consuming this type of content. Now, I'm not saying you're going to post your first video and get these kind of results. Absolutely not. But just to show you as well, one other thing I want to prove to you, when people are like, what's my logo and banner look like? Is it good enough? Did I have to change it? You don't even need to have one, guys. No logo, no banner, no information, a short little bio, absolutely nothing. This just proves to you guys the whole optimization of the channel is complete BS. You don't need any of that stuff. It's such a waste of time. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm just saying don't lose sleep over it because at the end of the day, it's the topics and the packaging that matter. If you dial these in, you'll get views regardless of what your channel looks like. It could be named something completely crazy and have a logo that makes no sense to anything. It doesn't matter, guys. I'm showing you this because I want to show you how low the barrier of entry is with YouTube. Back in the day, you really have to optimize all these things and this and that. You don't have to do this stuff anymore. Guys, just post good content. Learn what good content is. Learn how to create good content. And it's all that matters. You don't have to worry about all these nuances anymore. It's simple. It's clear cut. Just post good content. Don't worry about the packaging of the channel and stuff. Just the topics. That is the highest leverage lever that you can pull in this business model, is learning topics and packaging, and you're good to go. So I'm going to put this one in solid niche, but it is more difficult because this is not a unique niche by any regard. It's obviously a niche that's been around for a while. Some of you guys may even know about this niche, but I just put it in there because I want to prove to you guys you don't need to go crazy above and beyond on packaging, and things can happen very quickly if you just target the right kind of audience with the right niche and the right videos. All right. Moving on to the next one. Here we have Massacre Media, which is essentially like a documentary style channel, but for the rap game. All right. So here they have Suge Knight and Jimmy Henchman, The Untold Deadly War. It's literally just a documentary of this feud between two different rappers. It's an untold deadly war. All right. So if you're interested in any of these two rappers, you'd be very interested in knowing about their feud in a bit of a documentary. And it's just pretty decent editing, nothing too crazy. It's a 20-minute video. And within two videos, they've already done 177,000 views in 1 month. And then 2 months ago, the first video got 5.4K views, which is phenomenal results for a brand new channel. This obviously proves that there's a lot of demand and interest in these rappers' lifestyles, behind the scenes, untold stories. People love this kind of stuff. They want to have information that other people don't have so they can share with their friends. That's something that always sells. These videos always do well. And so let's look at the RPM on this channel as well. So the RPM is actually incredible. We're looking at $9.29. Let's just say $9. And they've already done a total of 182,000 views. So if we look here, we see 182,000 views divided by 1,000. We get 182. And we multiply that by $9. We get a total of 1,638, give or take. And by the way, guys, these videos don't cost much to make. Because they're documentaries, because they're higher edited, it probably costs a maximum of maybe $100 to make it total. With script writing, voiceover, everything, about $100 total, maybe $120. If they really went above and beyond, had everything automated, $120. Times 2 is about $240. That's a great profit, guys. Make $1,600 and only have spent $200 to make that content is great profit margin. That's the best part of this business, is the incredible profit margins once you have a cash flowing channel. Margins are averaging between 80 to 90% plus. People look at me, they ask me, should I do dropshipping? Should I do FBA? Look at the margins of those businesses. You're lucky in dropshipping to get past 15% margin. Average person makes between 7 to 10% profit. My business model is 7 to 10% overhead. That's how much we spend to make the content, and the rest is profit. Find me another business model that actually has that luxury. There's not many like that. That's why I love, and I sing from the top of the mountains, YouTube automation to anybody who's interested in making money online, wants to be lean, wants to be remote, and wants to have something that's very scalable and kind of offhand where they can systemize it. This is the holy grail of all of the above business assets that you're looking for. So I'm going to rank this one a good niche, but risky and difficult, simply because I don't really understand the rap game too much in terms of like the demand. They've done really well themselves, but I'm not going to say that if anyone jumped into this, and I've seen some rap channels that have done incredible content that before, great quality, great everything, and they didn't do that great, to be honest. I don't know where the demand is and the discrepancy in the demand, and maybe it's seasonal as well. So I'd say it's still a very good niche. If you love rap and you love the older rappers and new rappers and you want to make videos about this, you absolutely can. You can still make money. I'm not saying you're going to make $20,000, $30,000 a month, very unlikely. But if you want to get this thing to like 2 to 3 to 5K a month, maybe even honestly 7 to 8K a month, it's very possible. And it's something that you're passionate about. So I think it's a great niche if you love rap and music. Otherwise, I don't think it's for you. All right, so the next channel is called Tommy Stacks. And bear with me here. This is a very interesting niche. I don't know the name for this, but I've seen this work so many different times on so many different channels. And I keep thinking, like, when are people going to get sick and tired of this content and really see the clickbait behind it? But they don't. It just keeps on working. I see countless channels like this popping up left and right, and it still works every single time. So guys, look at this. Ranking the world's richest people. All right. Billionaire purchase tier list, celebrity house tier list, presidential protection tier list, celebrity car list. And look at this. This is what we call like contrast elements. All right. So this is kind of like contrast / controversial elements. So we see Elon Musk and then some other car. And you would think, okay, first of all, Elon Musk, like he owns the Cybertruck, but let's say like it's some dinky little red car. It's just this controversial thing. It's like, how could it be Elon's car? That's a little one. And all these different questions that just arise when you see these thumbnails are enough to get someone to stop, think, pique curiosity, and click. That's all you need to do in these videos. Same thing here, presidential tier list. Who's this person who has all this, security that's following them? And why is Trump all the way alone when Trump is supposed to be the most influential and arguably the most protected man on earth, or should be? So why wouldn't it be Trump on the left? Who's actually on the left? That's enough curiosity for someone to click. Mr. Beast, there's 2 mansions and Mr. Beast's house is in the middle. Doesn't make any sense. And I think these are very childish. I don't think they attract very mature audiences, but it still works very, very well. Same thing, Elon Musk, look at his purchases, Elon Musk is one of the most richest men on earth. So who's this person that has significantly more cash, right? It's just these weird little mind games that they play. And it works so well, guys. All right. So this channel, only with 5 videos, had generated 2.3 million views. I argue they probably make about a $4 to $5 RPM. So if you divide 2 million by 1,000, you get 2,000. Multiply that by 4 to 5, you're looking at $8,000 to $10,000. That's how much is generated in 5 videos. And guys, look at this here. That's baby numbers. Because there's another channel here that does the exact same stuff. Billionaire car tier list, 1 versus $50 million watch, billionaire house tier list, same exact thing. Elon Musk and some mega mansion. It's the same thing. But this channel, by the way, not with shorts, with long form content, has done 19 million views. Let's just take a second here. All right. So 19 mil divided by 1,000, you get 19,000. All right, so 19,000 times 4 to 5 gives you a much larger total, which is about like 80 to 100K off of literally, what is this? 8 videos. 8 videos. Again, whatever you want to call this niche, I don't even care. It is such a good niche. It is all based on clickbait, simple editing. There's nothing crazy or unique in the editing style. You can watch this as just like any typical Faceless video. It's just the way that it's packaged. So I would give this a 10 out of 10 niche, but more or less a B tier. It is a 10 out of 10, but still a B tier, just simply because of the fact that it is still very overdone. I don't think it's super unique. I don't think it's like an up and coming emerging trend. Like these are very unique. All right. They've really taken the time to permeate an entire new market with this new editing style, this new niche. And it's just unique in its own way. This is not unique. It's been around for a very, very long time, but it's still working, which makes it an incredible niche. But I don't think it's like this top tier, newly discovered revolutionary niche like these ones right here. All right. Now let's move on to the next one. And by the way, guys, if you're sincerely getting value from these videos, I just ask that you drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and come back for more, because this is what fuels us to continue making content like this for you, giving you as much value as possible, and ensuring that you guys make the most out of this YouTube journey, that you can be calculated and have confidence and reassurance in every decision that you make when it comes to YouTube in this journey. All right, let's move on to the next niche, which is called Before Fire. This is the prehistoric niche. Now, this niche has done really, really well with different medieval channels and again, prehistoric channels. It's not super, super new, but they found something that worked incredibly well. I'm going to teach you something really cool. I'm going to extrapolate something from this channel that they haven't even seen themselves because they have yet to double down on it. If you look at the most popular video here, it is called What Did Cavemen Actually Do All Day? All right, very interesting niche. What did cavemen do all day? This got 1.3 million views in 1 month. By the way, very simple editing. There's nothing unique about it. As we can see here, it's just images, some scenes, no text, no anything. There's really just basic stuff, all right? So this is all it takes. It doesn't take like some crazy animations and crazy editors. There's stock video in here. Like it's so basic, and it got over 1 million views. So when you guys are thinking, I have to put in all this effort and hire the most top tier editors, and no, you don't. You absolutely don't. You just need a good topic and good packaging. This is the epitome of good packaging. They've basically permeated a brand new style of content that no one has even touched before. It is called What Did Cavemen Do All Day? So obviously I don't want you to do What Did Cavemen Do All Day, because there's other people that have already jumped on that, but there's so many different people. What did Inuits do all day? What did Spartans do all day? What did tax collectors in medieval times do all day? What did Jehovah's Witnesses do all day? These are incredible topics, guys. If you're wondering how to make YouTube work, you need to find these outliers right here. Look at all these other videos, 300K, 80K, 50K, not bad. But 1.3 million views proves that the concept works incredibly well. So don't go ahead and just copy cavemen. Don't do cavemen. It's already been done. Go find something else and do that, because it already works. It's a proven topic. This is what we teach our students. You need to find these proven topics and just copy and paste them into other niches, and that's how it works. Same as the ape channel. That is a proven concept taken and now added to the fitness niche, and it worked incredibly well. These thumbnails are all done with AI. The editing is very simple. The scripting is done with AI. The voice is done with AI. It's all AI, but it works really well. It's all done with AI, guys. All right, so I'm going to rank this one 10 out of 10 niches. This is a brand new niche that's just been recently created out of thin air, and it works incredibly well. And you can take this and extrapolate that concept and put it into other niches. So I'm going to give these guys a 10 out of 10. And just for reference, they do about $6.6 per thousand views. This month, they've cleared about $6,000, but they've done a total of about 2 million views. So 2 million divided by 1,000 is 2,000. Multiplied by 6 is about $12,000 since they started. And they only have 17 videos. Very simple, very basic, probably $60 per video average cost. Not a bad return in the couple months that they've been operating this channel. Moving on here to the next channel, we have Uproar Media. Again, probably a channel you haven't discovered. What they do is they take the every ... explained niche, but they incorporated it now with games, cartoons, and shows. So they have every mythical Pokemon explained, 25 strongest dragons and how to train your dragon, every death game and Squid Game explained, all 96 of Ash's Pokemon explained, every legendary Pokemon explained. This is working so well. They have 12 videos and already amassed a total of 3.6 million views, with one video having 2.3 million views. So look at it this way as well. They did this 5 months ago, right about the time when Lilo and Stitch came out. There was obviously a lot of search going on, and what they did is they did all 633 experiments in Lilo and Stitch explained. That's all they did. It's a very simple video. It's 50 minutes, but it's basic editing, super basic editing, some videos, some transitions. It's very, very basic, actually. It probably didn't cost them more than $100, maybe $120 to make that video, and it generated thousands and thousands of dollars. All right, a niche like this is paying, give or take, $3 to $4. All right, because yes, it's probably tailored to younger audiences, but this month they've done $4,000. And again, if you look at the total, they have 3.6 million divided by 1,000, you have 3,600. Multiply 3,600 by 4, you have about $14,000 to $15,000 generated within 12 videos. It's very simple videos to create, which don't cost much. So again, pretty lucrative niche to look at as well. I'm going to give this one a great but B tier simply because they haven't actually niched down on anything, which is maybe just an independent decision. It's not like you have to operate it this way, but if they just niche down on one thing, whether it's Pokemon, whether it's Lilo and Stitch, whatever it is, they could be probably doing a lot better. And I would suggest that is just picking one thing. Like if it's just Disney, it's Disney. That's good. But pick something, because there's like Squid Game in here and like Severance and some random stuff that doesn't really relate with the channel. But again, if they find their own niche, this is a very, very lucrative one. I would suggest this to absolutely anyone, because this every ... explained style of content is going absolutely mental. It's almost like a loophole in YouTube. If you want free views, free money, do the explain niche, and any niche, it's going to work out incredibly well. And now this takes us to the next niche called Nerd and Nonsense. This is a super unique niche. This is a brand new niche that has not actually been done before, and it is working so well, guys. Like when I say well, I mean so well. And it is such great ideas. Like signs you have rare DNA mutations, signs you have rare brain powers, all right? Mutant foods you thought were natural, ancient instincts that make you do weird stuff. These are just like random videos you see pop up on your screen. These are like the browse videos, and they're just so weirdly interesting. You can't hold yourself back from just clicking, just out of curiosity. Like, what is this video about? And you just need to know how the universe almost deleted Earth, lies that keep you weak. Just you see them and they just kind of trigger something. They trigger curiosity, they trigger you in general, and you just have to click them. All right. So they've posted so far 14 videos in 1 month, and they've generated a total of 1.2 million views. Very simple videos to make, guys. And this is all evergreen. It's going to be getting views for years and years and years to come. This is not like a here now, gone later niche, or interesting now and not interesting later. These are very, very good niches and great topics that they're doing, and they're not that difficult to make. They're all animation. So yes, again, you'll have to hire somebody on Upwork to do these animations, but guys, look at this. This is not crazy stuff. This is, again, done with ChatGPT images. That's all it really is. Very, very simple. Easily $8 to $10 per minute at most. Maybe you can get away with $5 a minute for sure for this type of content. And you don't have to make 8-minute videos. You can start with 2-3 minute videos. And then once you're getting cash flow, you can reinvest that cash flow to make longer videos, maybe get higher quality editing. But as you can see, guys, in 1 month, they've done 1 million views. At a $5 RPM, they've definitely done $5,000 in the first month, which is absolutely incredible. So this is just a new niche that's been discovered. This is brand new. And that's why I want to hopefully show you guys on this video today is new and unique angles of doing YouTube. Everyone's showing you the typical channels. You're seeing the same thing repeated on every single video, these niche channels. I want to show you things you have not seen before. And again, if you watch to the end of the video, I'm going to show you exactly how I'm discovering these niches, so you can not have to watch my videos if you don't want to. You can just go on this app yourself and within minutes discover all these incredible niches, so you don't make the mistake again of choosing the wrong niche and finding yourself in a money pit that brings you nothing back. All right. This niche, I'm going to give it a solid 10 out of 10. It is a brand new niche. It's emerging. They've executed it incredibly well. It's not that difficult to make. And the upside is super, super high. The longevity is there. The saturation is low. The interest is high. It's a 10 out of 10 niche. All right, the next video is GP circuit. Everyone knows F1. Everyone knows sports in general. But GP is kind of an untalked about one. And the interest is very, very high. People are very obsessed with GP, except I don't see a lot of channels doing GP. It's very interesting. So this is kind of like the kind of low key, very diamond in the rough style of niche and channel, because again, there's a lot of demand, but there's not that many channels. So they so far have done 57 videos in 2 months. So they're posting quite a lot of videos. I'll be very honest. They have a good team behind this, a good system, decent editing. It's all proper, right? And they've done a total so far of about 1 million views. So million views, probably around the $6 to $7 RPM, means they've done $6,000 to $7,000 since they started in the last 2 months, which by the way is not really 2 months, it's like 1 month. They only posted one video 2 months ago and then all these videos in the last month. So they're going hard with production. You don't have to do the same thing as them, of course, but these are all videos that are going to last forever. Some of them are trending for sure. And so they're also trying to capitalize off of some trends, which is great. You don't have to. You could just stick with the more like evergreen stuff. They also have a lot of like top 10 compilations, like the craziest wipeouts, the craziest wins. There's a lot of these that also do incredibly well. So you don't have to do the stuff that's trending. You can just choose to do it like they are. Because of course, if one video goes off and does 500,000 views or 2 million views, you're going to get paid out like crazy on these videos. So trending always works, but it's a whole different operation than the evergreen side. So because they have posted 60 videos basically in 1-ish months, and that's why they have the success, I'm not going to give this like a 10 out of 10 or even a great. It's a solid niche. It's a very low key, very niche approach to this because again, there's interest. But to execute it to the same level that they have, it's not going to be as simple for the average person. So I'm going to give it a solid but more difficult niche. And also, honestly, probably going to go down the risky and difficult path because if you do have to post a larger amount of volume, that does make and add a lot more resistance and friction to the execution, giving it much more difficulty. So I'm going to put down the risky and difficult niche. Still good, fantastic niche, but more risky. All right, the next one is called Plane Curious. Super, super cool niche. Not many people talk about planes, but I've seen a lot of channels pop up about planes, right? So plane documentaries, planes that's gone missing, or stuff like this where you just explain things about planes. Like, why is this hump here? Is this more modern, bad design? How these Airbuses outsmarted everyone with one jet? Like really interesting topics that even if you're not interested in planes, you'd probably be interested. Like, why don't planes fly over the South Pacific? Pretty intriguing question, right? Pretty intriguing videos. And they're very simple videos to make, like super, super simple videos to make. And they've done really well. So a channel like this started about 3 months ago. They've done 40 videos and have amassed 5.5 million views. Now I know the RPM for this is about $5. And this month they've done $10.7 thousand. Incredible. Very lean, very lucrative. If you haven't thought about the airplanes niche and the airlines niche, it is a great one. Honestly, you can even go down to the airlines because people are very interested in knowing what's happening with them. There's just things to note. There's just facts and tips and stuff like that. It works really, really well. So yeah, if you guys haven't looked into this niche, I give it actually a solid B tier. So great, but B tier. I don't think it's like this holy grail niche, but I think just because the competition is very low, interest is very high, it deserves a 10 out of 10 and also a B tier, but just for now, I'm going to leave it in the B tier. Now, this next niche is super interesting. Ultra SFCTV 2. All right. The reason why I love this niche is because they took something that already worked like soccer, but they found a very unique angle, which by the way, again, guys, you can extrapolate this and put this into so many other niches. I guarantee this is missing in so many different sports and other niches as well. And what they've done here is I found Matti Tell's last 19 shots. I found Romeo Latvia's last 15 dribbles, last 14 tackles, last 21 shots, last 18 shots, last 19 shots. I found ... This is super unique, guys. I haven't seen this done anywhere, and they're absolutely crushing it with this. So you basically take something and you say, I found the last of ... and you just do a compilation, of course, a proper compilation with voiceover, scripting, and editing. But that concept, that bucket of I found ... last shots, last something, works so, so well. And these videos are not that difficult to make. And you can see this is only 1 minute videos. They're very easy to do. And so, yeah, guys, look at this. 1.4 million views, 500K views. They've done 90 videos, very simple videos, and they've done almost 10 million views. Let's just say this is a $1 RPM, which is not. It's definitely more, maybe $2, $3. Let's say $1 RPM. they've done 8 million, let's say 9 million for simplicity's sake, divide by 1,000 is 9,000, times $1 is 9,000, times 2 is 18,000. All right. So good return. There's no way they spent more than $10 to make these videos. So they spent $900 to make back at least $9,000 to $20,000 in return on this channel. So again, please help me find a more lucrative business model than this. Oh my God, guys, I can't. I got to give this one a 10 out of 10 just because it's so unique. It's so creative. They took something that's very saturated, very difficult, and they found a way to permeate it. It's monetized. It's doing fantastic numbers. It's great. 10 out of 10. And now we find ourselves in the last niche. I've already showed 13 niches. I wanted to share this extra one here, which is one that I wanted to argue is on the more risky side. Because one of the things I showed you guys at the beginning, which is the slideshow. YouTube has openly said slideshows they don't like, which is just image after image after image. Maybe it'll work still, and maybe these guys will get away with it because they show a bit of a spokesperson, like there's an AI avatar that kind of narrates it, but it's only for the beginning. All right, so if you watch this video, you'll see they start by adding a disclaimer at the beginning, and then they go straight into the videos. There's nothing else. So this one doesn't even do anything, but they do a little bit of editing. So this one actually very well could work. They do editing, they make the animations, they have the music, they have some unique designs and stuff. So this 100% can get monetized. But a channel like this, very unlikely to be honest. So they literally just go straight into this. They have this AI avatar in the top right corner. It's there for a bit and then it just goes away and that's it. And they just say like it's just a compilation. They say if you want to see more of the images that are kind of explicit, just join our Telegram and that's about it. So this is where you draw the line of like, this is slop, AI slop. You know, it's just like very low edited content that's not going to remain monetized simply because there's no effort put into this, right? But the other channel does. So I would say if you're interested in doing this, you have to do it like this one, Past Shutter. They have done basically so far a total of 1.5 million views with 87 videos, and they have an RPM of $2.91. So if you take 2.91, let's just round up to 3. We take 1.5 million, divide by 1,000 is 1.5, times 3 is about $4,500, give or take, which is not too bad for 80 very simple videos to do with just images and some animations. So I'd say pretty solid niche overall. I'm going to rank this one here a solid niche, but definitely a little bit more on the difficult side. So now if you're interested in finding out exactly how I came across all these channels, how I come up with all these niches for myself and for my students, I want to show you guys the tool that I've been using. It is absolutely incredible. They just actually changed the system of how you can upgrade to this because it's now an upgrade. It used to have to be like a $500 one-time upgrade, and now it's down to like $40 a month. And I think it's the best $40 that you can spend for a multitude of reasons. And I'll show you here quickly because if you go here to the dashboard, they have a few options here for finding long-form channels, short-form channels, real-time channels, and also AI recommendations, which is also really cool. So it'll already show you a bunch of channels that have low subscribers and high view counts that have not started in a very long time. These are the kind of niches you want to look after. As you can see here, GP Circuit is one of the channels that I showed you earlier, all right? And so many other ones here, Plain Curious. So literally just by scrolling on here, I was able to find these incredibly lucrative niches with very minimal effort. I didn't do anything but just click a couple buttons, scroll down, and found emerging niches, which, by the way, I need you to understand how important it is to know that a niche is actually worthwhile, that it's lucrative, that it's profitable. Because the worst thing you can do is start YouTube, be super excited, watch these gurus online and say, you know, you can make all this money with YouTube, you start your channel and you end up dumping thousands of dollars into the channel and getting nothing in return. There's nothing worse than that, and it happens to a lot of people. And so a software like this that costs you $40, like to pay $40 to prevent yourself from making a huge mistake is a necessary evil, all right? And you can even get it for 1 month and cancel it after that if you want to. But honestly, the pros outweigh the cons for having this. So basically, you can come here. You can also go to refinements here. Refine, you can search by monetization status, has shorts, you want to remove that. Is an AI channel. You can do Faceless channel, kids content, set that to no. Many subscribers, how many you want to have, average views, the uploads, the first upload date. There's a lot of filters here to help you find the exact type of channel that you're looking for. I usually recommend 3 to 4 months started, and also has like, you know, maybe around 50 to 75,000 subscribers at most. And again, a very high disproportion in views versus the subscribers. All right. That basically concludes today's videos, guys. Again, if you are interested in joining my free school community, it's me the first link in the description. You don't want to miss out. It's free. I literally give away all this value for free. I don't charge $1 for it. And so this just helps you guys prevent from making mistakes. This is all I intend on doing with these videos with my community is just, I've seen so many people come to me and they've posted 100, 300. I've seen people with 800 videos that have come to me and made no money. And ever since I've started this community, I've had people popping off, making tons of money and sharing their wins simply because now they have the right information. And when you have the right information, you can make actual concrete decisions that lead to you making money. And that's the whole point, guys. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share it with your friends and family, and join the free school community. You're missing out if you're not there. And I'll see you guys on the next video.